Hey, welcome to the Follow Through. I'm Pastor Fred. Great to have you with us. All week we're going to be asking a huge question. What is God all about? What is He like? We can probably hear all kinds of different answers to that question, depending on what's going on in our life. Sometimes we want God to really be involved if we're having a difficult time. I want God to be very judgmental and nasty. If somebody is hurting me, I want to kind of sick God on them. If I have messed up and I feel really just overwhelmed with guilt, I want Him to be loving and forgiving. But what is He actually? And we go to what He says about Himself. So we look at Isaiah 40. Isaiah is one of the prophets, and their job was to let God's people know the truth about them and the truth about Him. That He loved them even though they had failed, even though they had replaced Him with all their other kinds of gods. They had replaced Him with other sources of power and strength and meaning and identity. But they were always supposed to find their identity in God, in who He had made them to be. And that's so true for us as well. In fact, that is going to influence how you live your life, the decisions that you make, how you see other people. Right, if you're a believer, if you're a Christian, it's gonna shape how you worship, right? How you approach that, and not just Sunday morning, but all of your life. How are you gonna bring God honor and glorify Him in all that you do? It's gonna come down to who He is. So look at this, Isaiah chapter 40. We're gonna look at verses 21 to 23. Here's what it says. It says, "Do you not know? Do you not hear? Has it not been told you from the beginning? Have you not understood from the foundations of the earth? It is He who sits above the circle of the earth, and its inhabitants are like grasshoppers, who stretches out the heavens like a curtain and spreads them like a tent to dwell in, who brings princes to nothing and makes the rulers of the earth as emptiness." And so what he's saying is, if you look at creation, all that God has made, if you take a good, hard look at it, and sometimes we don't stop and smell the roses, and by that I mean we don't stop and just take it all in. I want us to do that today. Find some time, maybe at night, look at the stars, during the day, look at something. All around you, there are so many things. There's birds, there's all different other creatures, there's trees. I know it's winter while I'm shooting this, so not a lot of leaves on the trees, but there is so much to see all around us. The enormity of what God has done, the complexity of it all speaks to who He is. And He's basically saying at the beginning of this, hey, if you look at how I made everything with just a word, with just a command, that should tell you something about how amazing He is. He made us, not the other way around. So He's the one who calls the shots. He's the one that gets to guide us and to lead us. He's the one who spread out the heavens, right, like a curtain, and it says in the passage here. And all of us, we're like little grasshoppers to Him, which should give us some perspective. We're not the be-all, end-all. I am not all of that. None of us are. And so God wants us to get that perspective and to realize that He, even though He is all-powerful and is over everything, He is with us and He loves us. And so it's kind of wild that He has both of those things at the same time, like all-powerful, just mighty and glorious and all of that, and yet is our Father in heaven who just sent us Jesus, who bled and died for us, that He would give that up for us, His very life, to give us life. What an awesome thing. I want you to just take some time today and slow down, take a break, and just think about how amazing God is and what this passage is telling you about who He is and who is really the one who has the power, and that is Him. And He gives that to us so that we might thrive, that we might grow and live for Him. All right, talk to you next time. Hit that subscribe button, share this with somebody, and we'll talk to you next time for another follow through.